Welcome back to QNN Sports. I'm Logan Reardon alongside Bryan Murphy. Bryan is the men's ice hockey beat reporter for the Quinnipiac Chronicle. Bryan, I had you on my radio show earlier in the year. You picked the team to finish top 4. You didn't say they would win the conference. They're sitting at 3rd right now. What are the chances that they turn things around and prove you wrong?
I think there's a chance that they can. It's the matter of consistency. This is a team that we've seen day in and day out. All of a sudden, not sure what team you're going to get. I mean, they took down the #1 team in the nation, Cornell, who was fighting for that top spot in the ECAC hockey standings, 5-0. They beat them pretty soundly. And then they come back the next weekend and they go to overtime against 2 weaker teams, against Yale and Brown. Ultimately, it's going to be about what team shows up night in, night out. If the team that came up and against Cornell comes out every single weekend for the rest of the way, all through the rest of the playoffs, they can definitely win the White Claw Cup. If they don't, I wouldn't be surprised if we see another early exit like we saw last year. They were upset by the #8 seed. So it's all going to be depending on what team is going to show up on the ice day in and day out.
So we're getting down to the nitty-gritty of the season, getting late towards tournament time. Who surprised you this season, kind of outplayed their expectations?
I got to say, it's the man in the crease, Keith Petruzzelli. He's struggled with consistency his first 2 years here. He was a starter last year, then lost it to Andrew Shortridge, rightfully so. Shortridge was one of the best goalies in the nation. But Petruzzelli, the question with him has been consistency, and we're finally seeing it this year. He has started in every single game this year. He really has no backup. He's gotten no help from freshman Evan Fear, and we know junior Josh Mayanja, he's really not going to see ever any starting time. So it's all on Keith Petruzzelli, and he's answered the call for sure, and he's kept his team. He's won them a few games. He's kept them in a lot of games. He's going to be a key going forward as well. The question is, you got a guy that started every single game. Can he continue to play for the entire season and into the playoffs?
What do you think has changed from this year? I mean, it's year 3 now. He's matured, I guess, a little bit. What do you think is the difference?
I think it's the maturity. I think that he had a lot of expectations coming in, a 3rd-round draft pick by the Red Wings. I think he thought that it would be a little bit easier for him. Shortridge gave him a run for his money, and I think he finally realized it is not as easy to be a starting goalie in college hockey as he thought it would be. Now he's gotten 2 years underneath his belt. As you said, he's matured, and I think he's matured a lot. He's realized that he needs to step up day in and day out, and especially now where he's their only option. Like I said, they haven't gotten a lot out of freshman Evan Fear. He's clearly not ready to take over even a little part of what the role for the goalie is for this team. So he's had to step up. He's been forced to, and so far, like you said, he's answered the call. He's been a big reason why this team is in the position where he is, where they are in, and I think it just comes with maturity and time and realizing that he has to be the guy with them.
Another group that you talked about before the season was the group of freshmen. Obviously, you say the goaltender not really playing at all, but as far as the skaters, what has impressed you most about this freshman class?
You know, a big question mark was going to be the defensive group because we're bringing back really one upperclassman in Carlos Chucksta. They were going to bring back Peter Deliberatore and Zach Metza, who are going to be sophomores. The rest, it was question marks, and a lot of those freshmen have taken up those spots. Logan Britt, Jaden Lee, they've stepped up and played some significant minutes. So for me, it's been the defense. You've seen C.G. McGee go in and out a little bit as well on the back end. So for me, it's those freshmen on the back end that we thought that was going to be the weak point of the team have really been one of the stronger points of the team. It's been the offense that we've had seen a little bit of question marks to them. The defense has been solid all year, and it's because of those freshmen on the back end.
In 2 sentences or less, what has to happen for this team to make a run in the NCAA tournament?
They have to play consistently day in and day out, and the offense has to show up.
All right, Bryan, thank you for joining us. Next week, we'll be back talking with Quinnipiac men's basketball head coach Baker Dunleavy. Stay with us.